All right, YouTube, check this out, man. I wasn't going to react to this and like give like my stance on it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I don't want to keep typing comments and replying to comments, and a lot of these things I don't even get the notification that somebody replied to the comment in his video. So this influencer named Claimer Uncut made this video and it's titled "How UFC Influencer Destroyed" in all caps the UFC 5 gaming franchise. Now I'm not sure if he monetized his video, but I don't want this nobody to look at this or him to look at this like I'm on some, oh, I'm doing this so I can get some type of clout or gain or financial aid or something like that. So this video is not even gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? Monetized. It's not gonna be monetized. But I've already seen this video, guys, but I wanted to go through the video and talk about it myself and get my stance on it.
Gals, we are back with yet another controversial video which will
Also, I'll say
surely
it.
upset some of the hive-minded NPCs, who, by the way, have a vocabulary limited to "why you hating, man? Stop crying, man." Conclude.
Hey, why we have to get this dude? Why have to be a black man that's an NPC?
Of course, with laughing
I'm trolling, I'm
emojis
trolling, I'm
and
trolling.
skull face. Sadly, we live in a society with sheep who cannot think for themselves. So let me give you a helping hand.
He's not lying here, bro. He is not lying here. This is it's like for him to put EA and then Martial Mind on there. Honestly, I don't even think that's fair. I think you should have just put the internet. The internet is full of sheep. The internet is full of people that just follow other people mindlessly. It's deeper than just UFC, but people do this on the internet all the time, especially Twitter.
And it's evident that companies who hold a monopoly over our favorite sports franchises have no reason to update the formula. And I believe the core issue is down to your favorite influencer. And
I don't think, like, I can see what he's trying to say here. Like, it comes down to the influencers on why the game, but I don't agree because if there's no me, you take out me, you take out Martial Mind, UFC is still the same game. I mean, I haven't had the biggest impact on UFC as far as the game when it comes to sales. I mean, I probably got what? Let's say I get 200, 300 people to buy the game because of me. That's not even 1% of their sales in UFC 4, right? Or 4 or 5, whatever coming up. I just don't think it's fair to say, oh, it's because, but it's, in my honest opinion, it's deeper than that.
I care more about the quality of these games than these influencers.
This Undisputed 3, I just started playing it. It is actually hella good. Now, don't get me wrong, it does have its flaws, but this is a game from many more years ago, like 10, 12 years ago. And, well, actually, I think it's 11. And it has certain positions and game mechanics that are no more realistic than EA Sports UFC 4. And then Fight Night Champion, in my honest opinion, to put this game right here is crazy. Fight Night Champion was not a good game. Fight Night Champion was a nostalgia game because in my honest opinion, Fight Night Round 3 was much better than Champion.
Influencers who you worship for all the wrong reasons. So, how can we get back the quality of gaming we once found in the UFC and Fight Night franchises? I don't care what you say. In order to find a solution, you first must identify the problem. Chapter 1, False Profits.
I can't stress enough just how much more impactful this new damage system is going to be in UFC 5.
We first must have a mutual understanding. The influence
Check out the drip, though. And I'm playing.
who you support and defend would not be playing
What is it? Nas, King Diaz, Jay, Marshall.
a fighting game with broken mechanics excessively for years if they were not financially rewarded.
I see all your
And now, I'm going to go back 10 seconds and just listen to what he said again so you guys can hear it.
Defend would not be playing a fighting game with broken mechanics excessively for years if they were not financially rewarded.
I mean, a lot of people wouldn't play certain video games if they weren't financially rewarded, but it also is, some people just like playing that video game and just so happen to make money while doing so. I don't think it's fair to and that's what I was talking about. I said it's a lot of assumptions in this video, like this. A lot of games are busted and broken. Call of Duty has problems every goddamn release. Broken mechanics. League of Legends has exploits on champions. People still play it. Some people just enjoy it. It's deeper than just getting paid. Some people thoroughly enjoy it. Some people enjoy the mental game of it. Some people may enjoy having the mechanical skill. So it isn't just about money.
Comments on social media, I promise you, I read that stuff myself and think ways.
They are active in the comment section. You might feel connected to your favorite influencer, but unless they are active in the comment sections, which most of them are not, they have no connection with you. They see a...
I ain't gonna lie, I'll be active in my comment section. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe not as active as I should be, but I got a life too, respectfully. But I definitely be in my comment section, man, trying to respond to people or even acknowledging their comment. But
camera lens and numbers. In fact, when they read your comments, you probably annoy them. So how...
See, and this is what I'm talking about. Why would you throw that false negative out there? You probably annoyed them. Like, if they were annoyed by comments, they wouldn't read them. Now, I can get annoyed or have a negative feeling towards a comment that is negative, but to just throw out that, oh, they probably annoy you or probably annoy, it's just, I don't think that should have been added.
How did they find success in the influencer lane?
I really don't know how, because I come from a shoot.
Where did you get this video from? Look at my hair. Hey, this is at least a year old.
Background. I played Call of Duty. I don't know. UFC 2 was fun, and then all I did was use Bruce Lee.
Unlike Martial Mind, who is a genuine fanatic of MMA, many of the...
Come on, dog.
The influencers you follow today were simply opportunists.
Opportunist is crazy.
Capitalizing on the trending game of the month. The process is fairly...
Okay, so I do want to say partially, I didn't hop on no trend. I mean, if you want to say I hopped on a trend from playing UFC 3 to start making content there to hop on 4, I mean, that's fine. But I started playing UFC 2 on the tail end of it. And like I said, I used Bruce Lee. I was mainly a type of person that played Gears of War. I played Halo, Gears of War, Call of Duty. It was really big on Black Ops 2. That's when I was like him. But I picked up UFC 2 due to me watching Dom Cruz versus Cody No Love Garbrandt. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. But then I hopped on the game and I peeped they had Bruce Lee. Now, me being an MMA complete casual, bro, I see Bruce Lee, I go crazy. So I just started using Bruce Lee.
Simple. A UFC game is released. It will trend by default because the UFC is a huge franchise. All of those looking to be the next big influencer will attempt to cover the trailer first. Desperate for your attention, they will pull soy boy face.
In my honest opinion, so with him saying they'll post soy boy face, this is just marketing. This is just trying to get people to click on your video. I don't see, I feel like he's making things that are negative, like making things that are not negative a negative. Like, this is posting, it's a marketing scheme, right? It's a way to get people to want to click on your videos. It's like trying to grab the reader or the watcher's attention. That's the purpose of this. I'm not mad at this. You did the same thing with posting Martial Mind. I mean, obviously they do the soy boy face, but you did the same thing by posting Martial Mind's picture and then posting my picture in this one and putting like the EA thing. It's to grab the person's attention, right? And I think that's fair.
Your attention, they will pull soy boy face. They will overhype the trailer.
That is straight fire.
Because excitement creates better engagement. They move on to playing.
That is true. That is true. Excitement does create more engagement. Excitement does, but also negativity does too, bro. I'm not saying to be negative. I'm saying like people that are like overly negative content creators and just be OD on negative, like the toxic ones.
the game, offering
Successful
very
as hell.
basic commentary and tips, and whoever the algorithm favors, they now have the upper hand, and all they need to do for success is keep you hooked. And this is a highly manipulative process, whether they know they're doing it or not. Chapter 3, Manufacturing Desire. Take a game which is clearly broken, has terrible input delay, which, by the way,
The input delay in UFC 4 is terrible. Then you add in ping, like it's terrible. In my honest opinion, UFC 5 input delay is much better than UFC 4's, but his input delay is terrible.
is the fundamental mechanic needed in a competitive fighting game, and just pretend these problems don't exist.
Bang. Beautiful, beautiful clip.
While this looks cool, it's so what's the word? It's so arcade. It is so this situation right here is so arcade, bro. And I will not argue with a soul because this is 100% arcade, but it looks cool because it's a knockout and people's eyes are blind to this. And it's no disrespect to Nas, but if you look at this, like, what about this is like, look at this.
Beautiful, beautiful clip.
It looks cool, but it's so arcade.
Look at these character models. Look at Patty Pimblett out there, looking like Patty Pimblett. The fact that the blood stays in the spot where it landed, that is straight fire.
I'd buy that for $1.
Why would
I ain't gonna lie,
they pretend
that was unnecessary hyping as far as blood on the canvas. Like, I'm not getting hyped for blood on canvas.
I mean, I thought they were having fun. Sorry to break it to you, it's their job.
Do I have the same passion for EA Sports UFC 4 that I do for a game like UFC Undisputed 3? No, I don't. This is because I am more of a mixed martial arts fan than I am a gamer. I've said this multiple times.
This validates that playing the game is a job, and in
You see what I mean? It's like I just don't understand how he's like spinning it like that. It validates that it's like a job. Just because you don't enjoy something as much doesn't mean that it's not a job. Just your excitement for it has lessened. It doesn't automatically turn it into a job. Like, I feel like that assuming, that's what I was saying, is so much assuming in the video, and it's like spinning it. It's like, why are you assuming that because Marshall isn't enjoying the game as much as he used to, meaning that it's a job? It's just less enjoyment. He still enjoy it. He never said, oh, I don't enjoy it. It's just less enjoyment.
Martial Mind's case, a chore. They create the illusion of a pleasurable experience, which their young, naive user base gain pleasure from. All that is.
I'm not sure why he attacks Marshall fan base multiple times. Like, I see it a lot in his, not like in his video. He does it in his video. I think he did it in his last video too. And it's like, with the Martial Mind being a shield thing. His fan base, he consistently calls them kids. In my honest opinion, I'm pretty sure Marshall doesn't have a really high fan base when it comes to kids because of UFC 4 or UFC game. I would honestly say, if I had to look at my analytics, I'd have to look for myself. But I don't think I have a really high as far as kids. But I don't even know if it shows the analytics for kids. But I think it's mainly like young adults, like 21 and up type thing. Now, if you was to say something like I show speed, that would be a little bit different because he's a younger guy and he tends to do these young guy things and he has a really big following of a lot of young people. But Marshall, I don't think so.
Required is low effort consistency, which brings us to the fate of an EA UFC influencer. For the sake of context, let's say those top YouTubers are Pryoxis, Martial Mind, and Ricky J.
Ricky J don't even be doing UFC that much no more. He be doing a lot of WWE. Shout out Ricky.
Despite them gaining a huge following in a short period of time, it's a following who only want you to play that one game.
That is true. That is true. But I'm not going to combat this. That is true for myself. That's why I don't even be like, when I get on and I stream, I don't even play too much UFC 4 because it's like, that's all the people want, you know? And as a YouTuber, you want the people to want you outside of just wanting just a game. Now, don't get me wrong. Once you get into a video game and you're only playing that, or like your core base of following is because of that video game, that's just natural to happen, right? Your viewership is going to drop when you get on something else. Ninja, for example, Ninja viewership when he was on Fortnite crazy, but he gets on something else and it just doesn't reach to that Fortnite level. But that's just the name of the game.
Same game, like Groundhog Day. There is no way out, and you can't even take a break. If Martial Mind were to take 3 months off, he would lose his #1 spot, and in turn that would affect his earnings substantially.
I don't think nobody's passing Marshall in 3 months. I'm not sure where he got the 40%, but in 3 months, Marshall's at what, like 450K? I think he just hit 450K. I don't think he's losing #1 spot. I mean, the next person up is like VR Diablo, and I think he's at 100 and something thousand. In 3 months, nobody's gaining that much.
UFC 4, man, just the viewership, it's going to drop. I haven't seen a big drop. I've actually been rising. If I'm not uploading daily, I'm uploading at least 25 videos a month. I'm streaming
grinding
25 times a month.
Streaming a game.
Grinding. Now, I'm not going to be like, oh, that's just like I'm grinding. His next sentence.
Enjoy 25 times a month. I can speak for those who've had successful careers. The ultimate goal.
Now, it's not that I just don't enjoy UFC 4. I don't enjoy playing UFC 4 at a high level because most of the high level players play the game like it's Tekken or like it's Street Fighter. It's not really much brain power going into the gameplay. It's more so arcade. What I enjoy about playing UFC 4 and what keeps me going with playing it, even when I don't have to play it, I don't have to stream UFC 4 and I still stream it sometimes. It's more so I want to play it because I want to outthink my opponent. Or I feel like using a certain fighter where I'm like, okay, and I want to outthink you. That's like my whole base. I want to play realistic because I enjoy playing that style of fighting and the game that it's meant to be played with. But I don't enjoy going against people that will do anything to win in a UFC game. It's just not fun.
Goal is to earn more and work less. At 50 years old, playing.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. First of all, black don't crack, so stop playing with me. 50 years old, I'm not looking like that, bro. Hey, 50 years old, I'm not looking like that, gang. Stop that. Stop that. Hey, look at me. This 30. This is 30. This is 30. Stop. Don't do that to me, man. Don't throw that feel. No, I'm trolling because I know he's trolling, but don't throw that feels on me.
What did I achieve? Who did I connect with? Where did I travel? What did I learn?
And by the way, bro, I got big plans, man. Deeper than just playing UFC 4, man. I got big plans, and I said this years ago. When people that know they can vouch, I wanted to do something deeper than just playing the game. I wanted to do where I ain't gonna say each event, but I wanted to take somebody and take them to a UFC event, be like front row or as close as possible, and give them that experience that not a lot of people in the world will ever be able to experience, and that's going to a UFC event and being there live and being close and engaging with actual fighters, Dana White and stuff like that.
I know, you hating me. Everyone chooses.
And that's all coming out of my pocket.
Their own path, right? But here's the dilemma. When you paint yourself in a corner and your main source of income is to play EA UFC, you're going to go against your moral compass for survival purposes. Martial Mind is not stupid. He has considered the things I've just mentioned, and I believe he's taking the easy way out to change his fate. It does not benefit you to criticize EA UFC. What benefits you is that your audience purchased the game and continue to use your channel as a resource, leading me on to the devil themselves, EA Sports. They save a substantial amount of money in promotions because influencers do that for them around.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Claim Uncut. This is another one of them. You just assuming because Marshall got a bag and per promotion. What's his name? I'm pretty sure Balin probably got paid. I'm pretty sure I'm a Boxer got paid. Cash Nasty just did a promotional video. I seen D-Man about to do a video with I'm a Boxer. That means he got the game early. He could possibly be getting paid for promotion as well. I know D-Man has a YouTube channel of about 300,000+ subscribers. Right? So they pay people. Hollow is another person that they use for promotion as well. So EA pays people. I know they do. It's in the UFC community. They pay for promotion.
Around the clock. If UFC 4 is worse than UFC 3, however influencers continue to promote it, in turn growing the EA community and increasing sales, why on earth would EA change that formula now? Ever wondered why we don't have GTA 6 yet?
I'll be your butthole, fella!
Influencers. Why Assassin's Creed is always garbage. Influencers. Pryoxis validates that.
Like, how? I just don't get that assumption. Because the game bad, that's because the influencers? The people that play the game, they're the reason the game's bad. So instead of blaming the company that makes the game, you blame the influencers? Is it because they're playing the game and you think because they're playing it and they get viewership that they're just getting this insane amount of sales? I think to blame the influencers is not right. I just don't think it's the correct thing to do, to blame the influencers.
That he knows the game is a ripoff.
What is new? Pay $100 or $70. Those changes I feel could have been a simple update, which makes me look at it as UFC 4.5.
Sounds good, but he goes on to confirm he will still be promoting it.
EA Sports UFC 5. Will Pryoxis be playing it? I don't know, bro. Is it pig's pussy pork?
Make it make sense. At least
Yeah, it's a pig support. It is. I'm going to play UFC 5. I'm going to buy UFC 5. The state in which I played the game in a beta gave me UFC 4 vibes. Gave me too much UFC 4 vibes, meaning that it made me go UFC 4.5. Now, I do understand that I'm not expecting the game to change from day to night, but I was expecting more. So, at the current time, yes, it's UFC 4.5. Now, who knows what they do in updates during the game cycle that could possibly change that. But of course I would play it. I spent 7,000 hours on UFC 4. Why wouldn't I play 5?
At least Martial Mind pretends to like the game. You despise UFC 4. If UFC 5 is UFC 4.5, why would you stream a game 25 times a month that you do not like?
There are changes. I think a lot of people get it misconstrued. There are changes in UFC 5. The problem is there's not enough changes, in my honest opinion. That's where I'm at. I'm not sure if you watched my video where I talked about how I felt about UFC 5, but UFC 5 is much more responsive. My honest opinion, and this is coming from somebody with really good internet connection, hardwired. Obviously you can only play it on the current gen consoles, PS5 and stuff like that, but there are positive, bro. But I feel his video is just overly excessively looking at the negatives and trying to push like a negative.
For their own financial gain. So what is the solution? Well, it's pretty simple. If influencers were to take a stand, they would promote a variety of fighting games on a regular basis. In the short term,
what does influencers playing other games or pushing other games have to do with the current game? I don't think EA cares if I stop doing YouTube. EA won't care if Ricky J Sports stopped doing YouTube. EA Sports didn't care when MMA Games stopped, and he was like at the top, 100,000 plus. They don't care.
They'd get a drop in views, but in the long term, if they put in the effort, that would expand their audience. Ricky J Sports is already.
I'm not sure what strike that is by playing. I'm confused. What strike is being done if they're just playing more games? Is that a strike? Are they still playing UFC 4? Or are you just telling them to stop playing that game and play something else? I'm kind of confused.
In the short term, his views will drop, but in the long term, he will expand his audience.
And that is true. This is true. What he's saying is true. When you, it's a grind. It's a slow grind, right? And I see this a lot in content creation or just UFC in general. People are scared to play other games or upload other games because the viewership is low. But in order to gain, sometimes you have to lose. And for your own sake, bro. Don't kill your mental playing, one video game, man. I'm not even just saying UFC 4, one video game.
One questions his integrity. Martial Mind is doing it too. Nice work, Marshall. Sure this helps the indie company get off the ground. A man of integrity. Sadly, our only hope is an EA competitor.
100%.
An indie or well-established development team.
I said this long ago and I'll continue saying it. Until EA gets competition, I don't think a UFC game is going to live up to a standard that they could possibly make it. And people say, oh, they're trying their hardest. They're doing. No, bro. Competition brings out the best in people. and it'll bring out the best in a company. It doesn't change. It doesn't change whatsoever.
THQ, who could work with the likes of ONE FC or the PFL to create an MMA game alternative. You cannot rely or trust influencers to offer you an honest take on the one thing they cover and rely.
Hey, not for me. Hey, claim uncut. I'ma keep shit 100 on hood. I'ma keep it 100. I don't care how I feel or what money it's making me. I'm going to be honest with my people, because all as a man, all we got is our word.
On for financial
And
gain.
was a
Even
DI,
when they
you
give
know what I mean?
honest feedback, it's strategic because they will go full circle. To be clear, this is not a hit piece on any particular YouTuber. I am simply analyzing the bigger picture. With your existence, Ubisoft, EA Sports, Rockstar Games have no reason to change their formula, because whether it's good or bad, you will promote it for them anyway. A big thank you to all who have subscribed and liked the video, and let
Okay, so that's basically the end of the video. Now, you said you will promote it anyways. So I guess just making YouTube videos, playing anything is just promotion, yeah. But it's not always just, oh, good promotion. Some people don't even watch me. Some people that watch me don't even play the UFC game. I get these comments. They don't play the game. They just love watching me play it. That doesn't influence them to buy it. And one more thing to go back, what I was saying was basically they need competition. EA needs competition. Now, think about it like this, and I put this in your comment section. When NBA 2K and the EA, what was it, NBA Live, was in competition, 2K made their best video games and put these guys to shame, EA. So I don't like that one company can hold a monopoly or hold the contract or hold the license to the whole franchise of a sport, because that makes it to where when you own a monopoly, you can sell bullshit and still sell. Or you can half-ass and still sell. And I don't think an influencer is going to stop sales as much as he's like projecting it to be. I don't think if Marshall Mind stops and doesn't promote the game, or Pryoxis just stops, everybody stops doing YouTube, the game is still going to sell well, because this is a AAA company promoting it. Now, don't get me wrong, their promotion is terrible, but it's still going to sell well. But obviously there are people that are going to buy the game because they look at Marshall Mind content or look at my content. But there are also people that are not going to buy it because they don't see anything good in it. So like I said, it's I feel like he's looking at more so the negatives and didn't really look at the positives in it as well. But that's just my opinion, man. Like I said, appreciate you guys for watching. I'm going to catch y'all boys in the next one. Catch y'all tonight, probably on the stream, all right? I love y'all though, man. Y'all stay up, stay blessed. Keep moving forward, man. Long ass video, 28 minutes. Yikes. See ya.